Hey y'all, it's my review for the Real Housewives of Potomac, episode 9. Let me start off with my disclaimer saying my opinions and views are mine and mine only. If you have a problem with it, that is fine. We can disagree. But please be respectful. And also, it's just a silly reality show. At the end of the day, you or me don't know any of these cast members. So yeah, let's get into the review. Ain't it sad I gotta give a disclaimer for Potomac, this particular franchise? But people just don't know how to act these days. Anywho, we open with a montage because the ladies are finally back in Potomac. First we see Giselle, Ashley, and Charisse. Remember her? I forgot she was on here. They're talking about the trip to Austin and how Robin did not have a good time. And next scene we're with Karen talking to Ray. So she's talking to him about his communication with her and she didn't like it the last time they spoke. I guess he was trying to rush her off the phone or whatever. He apologizes, of course. I mean, happy wife, happy life. And also she lets us know that she has an event coming up for charity. Her PAVE event, I don't know what the acronym stands for, but all the ladies are invited. So next scene, we're in Baltimore. This must be a Robin scene. But we see G and Mia heading to this culinary arts center where they're going to be doing some couples cooking. And Robin and Juan are coming. Yes, Juan Dixon is coming. I'm sure in order for her season 8 contract to go through, Juan has to film with her at least 50% of the time and show up to the reunion. Now, speaking of Mia, can I just say she doesn't really get on my nerves as much anymore? Like, we already know Mia is chaotic and we don't really believe everything that she says, but I just don't mind her presence on the show. Like, I think she's harmless. Like, she's one of the few ladies on here that can still talk to everybody. There's no point of no return with her and someone else on the cast, like many others. So as Juan and Robin are walking up, not production being messy, showing Juan on the phone begging somebody for a job. And the way he sounded on the phone, it looked like he really needs that gig. He's like, please, baby, baby, please, baby, baby, please. Side note, it may just be me, but Juan really used to be fine. Like season 1, season 2. Like now he just looks worn and weathered. Like, I know it's not old age because, you know, black people, we age like fine wine. It's just, maybe he not living right. Like, when you're not living in your truth, you start to age like that. Maybe that's the thing. All that lying he doing to Robin. Now, don't get me wrong, he can still get it. It just looked like he's stressfully aged. So this couple's activity was Mia's idea. And as they start, you know, we see them like mashing the dough. You can just see the chemistry between Robin and Juan. I still don't. It's like a brother and sister energy compared to Mia and G. Even though they're not in the best place, you can still like see that they have a husband and wife energy. So we cut to Robin's confessional. She says she's starting a new business venture that involves skincare. It's a part of a franchise and she wanted in on it since she's the only one bringing money in. Now, Robin, I'm not sure if I would take advice from G, who was just ousted from his franchise. And it kind of seemed like he was embezzling too. It also sounds like Robin's doing this venture solely out of fear of going broke again. So they're talking about the Austin drama now. Mia asked Robin, did she tell Juan about it? It looked like Robin lied because she definitely told Juan. Juan just didn't give a fuck. Ooh, Mia, Mia, Mia. The one time that casting her works. So we're actually getting the truth, well, Juan's truth of the story. They get on that topic because she said it's a hard story to believe. And then she asked Juan, can he explain what happened? And Mia is getting specific. She's like, did you really put your credit card in? Ooh, the nervous look on Robin's face. And then Mia says, because you know you can do that over the phone. You didn't have to be there. One story is his car was already down. The girl was crying to him, saying that they wasn't taking Canadian money or whatever. He went down to the hotel, even though he could have did it over the phone. And Mia's like, well, so next time. Not next time. Juan was like, well, there's not going to be a next time. Juan says he's a grown man, he made a mistake. I mean, look, Jesse Smollett is sticking to his lie. Juan is going to stick to his lie. We cut to Mia's confessional because that's where she's the most shady. She said that, well, his story matches with Robin, so they definitely been practicing. I mean, that's the reason we don't see Juan at the reunion, because he don't like answering those questions. So Mia's then talking about her and G's situation. She does say in her confessional that it's had an effect on their marriage. They finished this basic pasta dish that they're making, and that's the end of the scene. Next scene, we're at Wendy's residence, and she's talking to her mom about the NECA situation. So first, her mom lets her know that she was actually in the hospital when she was in Austin for elective surgery, or well, complications from an elective surgery that she had. I mean, I'm really curious, are we gonna talk about what she's doing to her skin electively at the reunion? I'm not sure, but it's still painfully obvious. But anyway, Wendy's asking her mom about the alleged call that she made to Lebby or NECA. So the way Wendy's mom is talking, it seemed like she kind of not telling the truth. Like, she definitely called Lebby, and she actually says she sees Lebby as a daughter to her. So there is a familiarity there. It's not Wendy's mom just calling out of the blue. She's very familiar with NECA's in-law. So then she asks her mom about the shrine, and she doesn't know what she's talking about. She says she doesn't know this NECA, but whenever she sees her, she's gonna pray for her. So my question to y'all is, I mean, do y'all believe Wendy's mom? Because it's starting to sound like, yeah, she definitely called, with a reason. Also, I guess we won't find out till the reunion all the fourth wall breaking, because it seemed like NECA being on the show is the core reason for all of this conflict. So next scene, we're with Giselle, her oldest daughter, and Giselle has the storyline, most of the housewives have on every franchise. There's a kid that's leaving the nest and going off to college. That is Giselle's storyline this season. But she's taking her to a self-defense class since she's gonna be going to college out of state. And she's actually going to the same college that Dr. Heavenly's daughter is going to. Now they're at this self-defense class, but I'm just like, how much can you learn in one class? I feel like you need to go to multiple self-defense classes to really exercise what you've been taught. Also, I think Giselle only needs to film with her daughters because that's the only time she comes off likable. Well, most of the time. So as they take a break from their session, we see Giselle FaceTiming her boo Jason. I'm guessing he's from Summer House or whatever. She love a man that lives in the phone. So far, present day, they're still together. So good for Giselle. So next scene, we're with Candace as she's driving to see NECA. On her way there, she's talking to Dorothy, her mom. She's talking to her about her mammogram appointment she had recently, and the doctor found 2 lumps but said they're just lymph nodes and they can just watch it. But she's nervous because, why can't we do something now since she knows she has a history of breast cancer in her family. So she's just talking to her mom about that. No tea. So then she's meeting up with NECA. This is their first time having a one-on-one outside of the other ladies. Do y'all like this look Candace have? I mean, I like the little Gucci work outfit, but then the oversized pink button down over it? Interesting. So they're talking about Austin, of course, and I'm just looking at NECA and I'm trying to think, what do I know about this woman besides that she's fighting with Wendy? So they're both discussing the conflicts they're in, but NECA is saying that she didn't want to bring up to Wendy in that environment her problem with her, but it just happened that way. Candace brings up the fact that she did call Wendy a bitch though. NECA then says, well, do you think me calling her a bitch justifies her to call me a LA crackhead? Candace, of all people, says if anytime someone says something crazy to you, your inclination is to call them a bitch, production is like, stop right there, roll the footage. We get a short clip show of Candace referring to somebody as a bitch multiple times. Anywho, Candace is trying to say if they can have an independent relationship outside of Wendy, then she needs to know that there can be a conversation had between NECA and Wendy so they can move forward. So, what about with Robin and Giselle? What if Robin posed that to Candace? Ooh, side note, those lamb chops do look good. And the mac and cheese. We cut to NECA's confessional, and she says that if it wasn't for Wendy, then her and Candace would have been friends. But she is going to try to move forward with Wendy and have a conversation. So now they're both bonding on their journeys to get pregnant, like they're facing similar infertility issues. And Candace says in her confessional that she didn't realize how parallel their lives are. But she still wants to make sure she doesn't offend Wendy by befriending NECA. As far as friendship is concerned, my friends can be friends with somebody that I don't fuck with. Just, there needs to be boundaries and rules set. Like, I better not find out you was talking about me to somebody I don't fuck with, or you are allowing them, somebody I don't fuck with, to talk about me to other people in your presence. So yeah, it just comes with some communication and some boundaries. But I don't mind a friend befriending somebody I don't like. I mean, it just really depends on why I don't like that person. Like, if I don't gel with them, fine. But if they do some like real foul stuff, then yeah, that might be different. So next scene is the day of Karen's charity event. We found out that the organization supports victims of sexual assault. So far at the event, it's Karen and Giselle just waiting on the other ladies to come. Giselle doesn't look a complete hot mess this time. I think her style is slowly but surely improving. We see Mia arrive, and I actually love what she's wearing right here. I love that blue. And then we see Wendy's friend, the one that bop, 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 the Sesame Street girl. Her name is Kiarna. So all the ladies have arrived, and the dirty looks some of them are giving each other. Like, they are really putting their disdain for each other to the side to support Karen's event. So the event begins, and y'all know the deal when they have the charities on here. We get a PSA about whatever the organization is about. So now we're going down the line in the ladies' confessionals, and they're giving their experiences with sexual assault. So as the performance is happening by a survivor, Mia's getting choked up and she leaves the table. And Ashley goes after her, and Mia says she was just triggered by the event. She was scared to go, and she's just telling her about the situation that happened. And it seemed like it involved her ex-best friend Jacqueline, and she said ever since that happened, it affected their friendship and why she's so hard on her. So once the presentation and the performance end, we see the ladies all talking, and we actually see Candace go up to Mia to check on her, which is nice. And then we see Giselle, I keep wanting to call her Garcelle. And then we see Giselle talking to the lady of the foundation about just what can she do like for her daughter and what's the best advice to give her. All right, so the credits are rolling. The event was a success. No petty drama there, thank God. And, this was a filler episode. I will say this was a good episode for Mia. Like, she came through with the mess, the funny, and then we saw a little bit of humanity in her, regardless how you feel about her. So I think she did good for the episode. So then we see the preview for next week, and Candace and Robin are finally going to have a one-on-one sit-down like they needed to in episode 1 or 2. They waited until episode 10 to finally talk out their differences. I guess we'll see what happens. Present day, I'm sure nothing has changed. But with that, y'all let me know what y'all thought of this episode. I'm watching this so y'all don't have to. Remember that. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the next episode. Bye.